gold thing. It's so cold. I'm not really grand. So I have asthma. So I might start doing that again. I don't know though. But like it's so weird because I feel like all the stuff in my lungs, just this little bit of movement, and I'm like, I already am like very short of breath, and I can feel everything moving. So I got this new wheelbarrow. It's one of the Rubbermaid ones. Oh wow, there are 12 people watching. I did not realize that. I'm like blind without my glasses. Got this wheelbarrow that a lot of people seem to have, and like I regret buying it. $300, but I can usually get both stalls mucked out. It's like 2 trips, like 1 trip for each stall if it's like really bad and I have to really completely strip it. Otherwise, it's good. Hi! But like, so yeah, normal walking out day, 1 trip with this thing. If I have like a I'm gonna be playing this. Like 1 wheelbarrow of shavings. I have 1 wheelbarrow, and then I go back and I add half a wheelbarrow. And it seems to do, like, seems to last me a week. So, it'll last me a week. So. I'm sorry it keeps doing that. Excuse me. Life of having asthma. Put you right there. Okay. Joint stall is a little bit worse today. boy. My nephews are coming over here, it sounds like. Joyous. It's been really nice because we've just had like weeks and weeks on end of rain. And now like we're finally getting some nicer weather. Like most of this week is supposed to be sunshine. We're supposed to get some rain tonight. It sounds like. Sorry. But otherwise, like, the weather has been really nice so far. I hope it stays like that. It'd be really nice if it would. Tomorrow I have a lot of other little chores to do that I've been putting off. Like I have to muck out the paddock because I let that get away from me. And I also have, I really need to clean the trough. Like it's not like I'm gonna make them sit or anything, but like I just want to clean it. Clean. And it's not like that's the only water they ever have access to. Every night, they come in and they get 2 5-gallon buckets of water, and every other day I change it out, if not every day. So they get lots of water. And Shine, and he can always come in and out of the house. It's only Sunny that is locked in because she's older, so I want to make sure that she's getting plenty of food, which she is. But also, the way my setup is, it's a bit annoying, and I didn't really think this would be much of an issue. But Shine, the Sunny stall is right here, or inside there, and then this is Shine's stall, so they're right next to each other. But then that gate, that's where they go in and out. So like, in order for Sunny to be in her stall, she has to go through Shine's, and Shine, being the dominant guy, he likes to sometimes just stand in his stall, and then she's like, oh, I can't get through, which she totally can. She's not that like wimpy. But I don't know, I feel like she's definitely one of those horses that's like, if she gets the chance, she'll be put in chart, like she will be the leader. But she likes to be competitive. But like he is a very dominant one, so yeah, there's not really an issue with them. Is this new tin? Ooh, it is. Oh wait, maybe that's a new door. Cool. They put a new door on the calf barn or something. That's cool. Okay. So I just did all the shavings in their stall, and now I'm gonna sweep it. Actually, I'm gonna make their grain. So this is how their grain is made. That's a cat food dish, and this table is a little messy, but that's a little fridge thingy here. That's the cat food dish. This is like their little feed chart, and yes, I still have socks up with candy canes that they won't eat. This is where like all their treats go. They usually get carrots and apples, which are in the fridge, but yeah. But otherwise, like this is all the supplements. So this is salt, Electrolast, Dermaflex More, Boyton or whatever, however you say it, and that's just like Viacom, and then I put treats in there for training. But this is their little bins for grain. So this is Sunny grain, so she gets that in her pan, and then he gets, he's not gonna get grain because he's, well, then I don't want it to go that. I'm gonna give him the tiniest a little bit. he's not getting very much anymore because he's kind of a brat. And then they both get a scoop of Electrolast. I guess he's not going to want to eat so much of it, but I'll give him for sure half a scoop. And then I'm going to try a different salt, so I'm going to skip the salt tonight, and then I'll slowly work on adding it. And then Sunny gets a scoop of the Boyton thing, and then 2 small, I put in a smaller scoop because the big scoop that it came with didn't fit. So instead of just 1 scoop, she gets 2 of this. Yeah, Shine's been a little bit of a brat about coming in lately. And he's been very spunky, which, I mean, I know the weather is cold, but, he's kind of been a bit of a brat about everything, so. And he's a chunky boy. Actually, you know what? I am going to keep his the same. So I'm going to put a little bit more in his grain. I'll cut him back a bit on the grain, but yeah, so I will get him some salt. This lid is. So he gets 1 tablespoon of salt in his grain. Mix his around, otherwise he's not going to eat it all. And then Sunny is going to get some of this beet pulp. She's an old girl. I'll give Shine a tiny bit, just a hair nibble. And yes, I am just mixing this around with my fingers. Get over it. That was actually very cold. And then this was the wheelbarrow I was using. That took a lot of trips to get this all clean. Ooh, no. That was bad. Sunnies get soaked. Okay, now I'm going to sweep their soles. The only reason I'm giving them beet pulp, because they really don't need it, but the reason I'm giving it to specifically Sunny, Shine only gets it on very rare occasions, almost never. So the only reason that Sunny's getting it right now, it's like a beet pulp and alfalfa cube mixed thing. The only reason they're getting that is because, or that she's getting it, is because I need to get it used up. It's already older and I don't want it to go to waste because, if you buy alfalfa cubes for a horse, or even pellets, you'll know they're expensive. Now I'm going to dump both their water buckets. usually rinse them out every so often, and I'll scrub them like once a month. More if needed, but I'm gonna get water for them. Okay, now I'm gonna let the horses in. I'm going to try something different with Shine because he's a bit of a brat about it. I don't really know where to put you guys. I guess right here. So first I'm going to let Sunny in, and then I'm going to get Shine. So Shine has been making a very frustrating habit of just kind of booking it in the stall. Whoa. And there's been times where he's like shoved me between the wall and the gate. Well, one time, but one time is still one time. So I'm going to try backing him in. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Ooh. 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 Hey. Knock it off. Ooh. Just gonna sit here a minute. Good boy. Good boy. All right. That's a good boy. That's what I want. I just want you to be calm. That was not what I wanted. I'm not going to let him eat now for a minute because I want him to always think I've got him. Whoa. Okay. Good boy. That was better. So I'm going to start doing this with him now. So, and I think he'll quickly figure out because apparently this is what his previous owner did with him. But instead of just letting him come into the stall like how I'm letting Sunny in, which Sunny is usually a little bit better, and if she starts acting up at all, then I'm going to make her do this too. Her main thing is more in the morning. She likes to try and plow it outside, which this was just this morning, so hopefully, and I corrected her for it. I didn't, excuse me. I made her stop, and I made her back up, and I was like, no. And then she walked out calmly. So I think she's one that will correct pretty quickly. And I'm hoping that, because he gets all, I let Sunny in, and then I shut the gate, and then I close this door. And then I let him in after I take the gate off the hinges, because this gate does not, like, tie open. Or, like, it doesn't leg flush against the back of the wall, which is really annoying. So I have to take it off the hinges and move it, but which isn't a super big deal. And eventually I would like to be able to lock him in here in case I want to get him used to it at night in case I had to do something, and then also I could put hay out in the morning. It's a whole ordeal. But he likes to just, as I'm taking the gate off the hinges, he likes to kind of come close, be like, hey, I want the food, like let me in. And then I'll make him back up, and he kind of gets all like antsy, tosses his head, is kind of a little bit of a diva. And then when I move out of the way, he just books it right in. And I don't want an instant, like what happened a few weeks ago where I had the gate off the hinges and I was starting to move. And before I had a gap that was probably this big between where the edge of the gate and the doorway was. and he just shoved right through that, and he pushed the gate into me and then pushed me against the wall. And yeah, that could have been dangerous because he could have really hurt himself, and also like he could have really hurt me as well. So I don't want that anymore. And like when he did do that, guys, mind you, I kicked his butt out of the stall and I didn't let him in until he had settled down. So he hasn't done that yet, but again, but I think I'm gonna start backing him into the stall. And then I'm just going to take the halter off, but hold him and wait until he calms down a little bit. Like, I'm not just going to pull the halter off and let him go straight to eating, because I feel like that kind of would defeat the purpose of him getting to eat as like a reward of him being calm. But yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out, huh, bud? Don't worry, I won't let you starve. He is honestly, there's no way he's going to starve. He's so chunky. Like, look at this neck. And honestly, I can't tell if he's lost weight. Like, he is still very chunky. Very chunky boy. I want to say, like, he has a little bit. I know in the summertime, he'll definitely lose weight a lot quicker because, and also, like, well, once the ground dries up and I'm able to ride him, because he's not broke to ride totally. Like, I have, like, he's used to putting a saddle on. Like, the only issue with saddling that we're having is him fighting me, or like backing up. Not fighting me, he doesn't fight, but he just likes to back up when he's being girthed. And I think that's just going to be a factor of be like, hey, no, this is not what I want. And also correcting. So just correcting him and then getting used to it. Oh, good boy. Good boy. And then I think he'll be better about it. And I have ridden once, but like the paddock, we have to make it safer for riding because we do the metal T-posts for our fence, and it's electric, which I always shut the electric fence off. But if something were to happen, especially with him being a new to the riding, we don't want that, him to spook or something and then me fall and get impaled by a T-post. So we have to make it a little bit safer. And we have some ideas to make that happen. But yeah, apart from like just backing up when being saddled, he has no issue. Or, I mean, not backing up when being saddled. When doing the girth up, he is really good about everything else except bridling. He doesn't like... I'm still trying to figure out if it's him being a stink about taking the bit. Because when I first got him, he had never had a bit in his mouth. So I've been practicing that with him. And at first, like, he took it really well, and then after that, he was taking it well. And then, like, yeah, he was playing around with it a lot, which I knew he would. Right out of my hand with a bit. Like, he'll eat if he is given the opportunity, which we don't, not having him eat grass. But lately, he's been a real pain in the butt about, like, eating, so... Or not eating, taking the bit. And, like, he's okay once he has it in his mouth, but he fights me so much putting it in. And I know, like, my trainer's horse was like that for a while until, like, he was more used to a bit. So, like, part of me is just like, okay, he's being ornery, he's naughty, whatever. But I know he hasn't had his teeth done in a while, so they are going to be getting their teeth done in a couple weeks. I wanted to wait until spring because Sunny was due for her teeth in spring and all that stuff, but I was like, well, it's only like a month or two earlier because I do them yearly. So I may as well just like make sure like it's not causing him pain, because if it's causing him pain, and he's just being a good boy about it. Like, I don't want it to eventually affect us when we get to riding. But yeah, the only issue with riding that I've come across is considering the fact that I've only sat on him twice and tried to ride him that one time, or the second time I sat on him. The only issue we're having is he doesn't understand what it means to go forward. So when I squeeze his sides and cluck or give him his head, and like, I've tried several different things. I've tried, come on, walk on, clucking, kicking, everything. Not hard kicks because I don't want him to have like a big reaction. And he just doesn't understand that's what I'm asking. And so he just kind of, I think he thinks that I'm asking him to back up. And so he's not really getting it. And I'm like, I didn't want to push too much with him the first time because, like, he was trying his hardest and I could tell he was getting frustrated. And also the paddock was just really muddy. But, like, I could tell he was trying because when he did go to back up, it was very, very, very calm. It was very slow. It was like he was asking me, like, okay, is this what you want? Oh my, is he gonna roll? So yeah, it was very much like, is this what you want? And when I was like, nope, he would kind of get like, toss his head a little bit. Like, I don't really get what you want me to do, but I think he'll figure it out, and I think I might just need some extra help. But, like, he's kind of klutzy, I'm not gonna lie. But he ended up, like, and this is my fault, I should have moved the mounting block. He ended up kind of tripping over the mounting block a little bit, and so he kind of was like, got spooked from that. And so he kind of, like, booked it across the paddock, and my mom was there, and she's not very horsey, and, like, I think I almost gave her a heart attack. And apparently I had a, excuse my language, but apparently I had a, oh shit, look on my face at first. But yeah, I managed to pull him into a one rein stop, and like, I was talking to other horsey people, and they're like, yeah, normally a one rein stop, it's not like a very pleasant experience. Not saying that it should ever be something pleasant. Like, it's not something we want to happen, but like, when you're riding it, like, I always imagined it being like very, like, not pleasant to pull them into a one-way rein stop, and like, not as smooth to ride is what I'm trying to get at. But like, his one, like, we were not in a gallop. Like, we were in a really fast trot or gait, because he's gated, but he does trot. Maybe a very slow canter, I'm not real sure. It was really smooth. But I managed to pull him in there, and like, it was so smooth, and 2 little spins, and he was standing in the middle, like, nothing was happening. Like, nothing happened. Just standing there, chill. And like, that is the nice thing about him, is he will calm down really quick. But yeah, I was very, very impressed with him, and it was just, yeah, I was talking to the vet about it too, and he's horsey. He's got horses and stuff, and he was even like, yeah, that's really, really good that he did that. So I'm really proud of him for not reacting worse. Like, I knew he wasn't going to go and send me flying or anything, like, buck me off is what I mean. And I didn't think he would rear either. And I'm not saying he won't, but honestly, like, I think this is going to be one of the bigger reactions we get out of him. And now I know, like, okay, he's got that emergency brake. So that makes me feel a lot better. Anyways, so yeah, that was my chores. Next, I just kind of, after I bring the horses in, I give them both some scratches, and, well, I don't always give Shine scratches, but, which, he's fine. He's just enjoying eating, huh? I usually say goodnight. This big chunk of mane that he's missing. He loves scratches. Here, I'll give you more scratches. Dude loves the scratches. He loves them. So yeah, I'll give him some scratches and some pets. Especially my little girl, because she gets a little bit depressed. Even though she acts like she doesn't like it. She gets depressed if I spend too much time with Shine. You know. Spoiled first child, huh? Mares. But yeah, I give them some scratches, tell them good night, tell them I love them. I lock the gates. And then I go home and eat dinner. So yeah, that's all I do. And I'm going to end the live because I have to go home and eat dinner now. Before I'm late and my dad's mad at me. So thank you for those that watched. And I hope you have a good night, day, or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye!